Hey divine friends, welcome! I have an amazing series for you called Mercury Retrograde. Let's help you book clients. Mercury Retrograde is a time that everybody finds troubling. It's about misunderstandings, lack of communication. It's about it's about messages coming in and things like that, and maybe even your ex showing up. And if that's the case, don't talk to your ex, okay? It's that energy that makes you want to connect with someone from your past. It's the time about reminiscing and just like seeing if there's some old patterns that we can still stay attached. And Mercury retrograde is really a time that can move you forward. It's really a time that can, it's magical, okay? So Mercury retrograde simply highlights that which you needed to work on that which you needed to work on previously. So it seems bad, but it's actually a great time, and I'm going to help you for the next 30 days till Mercury retrograde ends. I think it's February 21st that I'm going to show you what you need to work on in your energy to help you clear blocks, limiting beliefs, and also step into this amazing business owner, grow your business, and book the ideal soulmate clients that you so desire that are out there just for you. So this series is going to be broken up into 4 parts. This is part 1. This time stems from January 30th all the way to February 4th, and then after that I'll share another series with you, and then we're gonna go on like that. So I'm like super inspired. I have my notes ready so that way I stay on topic, I stay on point, and we're gonna do some precise healing because I'm all about doing things the easy way and not the hard way. If you haven't seen anything about me yet, and if you are new to me, welcome. My name is Jen Rodriguez. I'm an intuitive mindset and master energy healer, and I help women, spiritual women, coaches, healers overcome their fears of growing their business, of booking ideal clients, and help them elevate their vibration so that they can step into this aligned way of being with more ease and more grace in their business. So I'm excited because I love Mercury retrograde. Can like anybody else say that? Because I can. I used to think Mercury retrograde was like the worst time. And yes, please keep in mind that you will need to back up your files, that you should be using Google Drive or maybe some other type of backup system, maybe a new hard drive or something like that. Please keep in mind to also triple check your emails, your communications before they do go out. Your equipment might malfunction, might do some glitchy stuff, but it's all about how we react to things and take control of our energy before and after they happen. And that's the key, okay? So what's in store for the next couple of days for you? Again, January 30th to February 4th. It's gonna be all about clients that you don't want to work with anymore. And that keeps coming up. So that's what the energy is about. So I want you to take a time right now. Mercury retrograde is about reflecting. We're going to plan, we're going to reflect, we're going to go inward. We're not going to take any action. And it's about taking a look at maybe for you, some past clients have been showing up right now. Maybe clients right now that you're having are difficult or harder to work with, or maybe they're draining your energy and you're noticing like, hey, I don't want to work with this type of client anymore. So maybe you're realizing that there's a shift, that you want to work with a new type of client. You want to maybe do a little pivot. Maybe you were so comfortable earning this amount of income, but now you're like, I want to make a new pivot to earn a different amount of income. You want clients that support your overall vision of the ideal life you wish to have. So if you wish to work less, earn more, then that's a different type of client maybe that you need to attract, right? So maybe your ideal client right now needs a shift, and maybe it's around scheduling, work hours, and money. So anything around maybe they're not valuing my time, anything around they're not showing up, to calls. Maybe they're like ghosting me on payments. Maybe there's a little shift that needs to happen. And I want you to take a moment right now to just like realize what is happening with your client situation. Like, it's totally okay. take a look though with your energy not to come from a place of like arrogance. And what I mean by that is that we can get a little uppity about like, hey, we don't want this certain type of client and we're going to say no to them. But right now, Mercury retrograde is not about saying no to people. It's about creating that awareness and that there's a misalignment to the clients you are attracting. So it's not a time to cut them off. It's not a time to say, no, I'm done with you, like goodbye. But it is a time to just create that awareness and just like, I don't like to say this, but you have to be okay with this, with the current client situation that you have right now, because you did create that, okay? And it's like icky, it's a hard pill to swallow, but we're all adults here and we're gonna swallow it, and we're all spiritually like gonna come better beings because of this. Yes, it's time to say no energetically, but not verbally, not physically, okay? Not telling them to basically screw off. We're not about that, okay? Because we can get uppity. And again, I'm saying that because of the energy of arrogance can come up right now. An air of like, I'm uppity, I deserve better. Yes, you do deserve better, bitch. But we're going to say no to them energetically, not verbally. I always say that it's your message comes from your energy before you even speak, okay? And that's what I'm all about. We're going to help you get there. So it's about getting in alignment first, okay? Make sense? Yes, yes. Okay. Mercury retrograde highlights that this has, again, Mercury retrograde highlights that this is something you've been needing to work on. So it's not the first time you're hearing about, I need to change my client. I need to have a client that values me. I need to have a client that supports my overall vision. I need to have clients that are attracted to me because this is what I want to do, not because I have to like succumb to them or give them what they want. At the expense of my energy, at the expense of my health, at the expense of my mind, at the expense of like, let's pick my brain and I'm never going to earn enough or more. Does that make sense? So that's what's coming through right now. So Mercury retrograde is just simply highlighting that. And so you may feel that's coming up even more now. So just keep that in mind. That's something that's already been needing to be worked on, needing to be healed on, needing to be going on a deeper level. But it's just like, whoa, like that is like the, like, that's like the focal point right now. So I will have a like webinar training coming up. I will have that. Let me look at my calendar. The 15th of February, all about really booking and attracting ideal clients. And we're going to go through a training, deep training. So all of you who are in there, we're going to personalize this training to you to help you get maximum benefits and juicy stuff, because you can grow your business all while going through Mercury retrograde. Okay, you can come through this. You can go into Mercury retrograde and feel like super drained, or you can come out of it feeling like, yes, bitch, I like peeled a new layer and we're gonna like shine. Okay, so if you want in on that webinar, I'm still like working on the little details behind the scenes, but that's what's coming up and I'm like super excited about it. I don't know the complete title of it, but I do know what I'm going to teach you in there. I'm going to help you embrace who you are, show up as your magnetic self, and yeah, it's going to be super amazing. So let me know in the comments below. Find me on Instagram. Hit me a message like, Jen, I want to be part of that webinar, okay? Because that's like talking to me. So let me know all about that, okay? Send me a DM. Okay, so we're going to talk about aligning and attracting for the next couple of days. And it's all about raising your vibration to start saying no to them energetically, right? To start saying no to these clients that you don't want energetically. And so we're going to talk about like, the message I always see is like your messaging, right? You think you need to work on your messaging and then you'll attract the client. You're trying to find the right words to attract the client. And I know this because I've talked to a couple of people and I see it and I feel the energy of it. Like you keep tweaking your messaging to attract the right client. But let me tell you that you need to tweak your energy first and then the words will show up. Okay, because words have a vibration. Words have a vibrational energy to them. So when you are aligned to that vibration, the words will come naturally and easily to you. It can come like many ways. It can come as a sign. It can come from like someone, a book, a thing you read, some words you saw and you're like, oh, yes. So you can feel that resonance, but they won't come to you if you're not vibrating at that energy, because you just won't, the words won't resonate with you. So you think you need to like look at the messaging, tweak it, and then you'll attract the ideal client, but it has to be the opposite. You need to raise your vibration so that you can attract those words. So what type of client do you want to work with? What problem do you want to solve? And this is specifically like, what problem do you want to solve? So for example, when I used to work as a psychic, I did not like working with relationship type of thing. Like I would have a client come in and be like, I want to work. I remember this specific client that she would pay me well. And this, you might feel like, oh my God, is she talking to me right now? Because this is like relatable. I used to have a client that she would pay me for like 2-3 hours at a time, all for me to look into her energy and look into this guy's energy and how can he become the most compatible person. And it was very draining. It was infatuation. It was a little bit of like, I didn't feel good doing it. I was looking into someone else's energy that even wasn't in the room or wasn't asking me. And the thing is with relationships, it needs two to tango, right? So most of the time it was just the one person coming in, or even if they had a boyfriend or they were in a relationship, these other clients that would come to me for a relationship, I didn't like it because I would help this one person have understanding of themselves and maybe their relationship, but it takes two to be in a relationship. So you see what I'm saying? So for me, I did not like taking clients regarding relationship. I would do self-love and like, let's work on yourself, and then you can do that with your relationship. But 99% of the chance the other person wasn't there, and that was draining. I didn't like it. That was icky. I needed the money at the time and I took it, but I just didn't feel good, and I wanted the time to go by fast. And for some whatever reason, whenever I had those clients, the time would just like slow down. I was just like, oh my God, like I felt dirty afterwards because I was taking money for something I didn't feel good doing, and it made me feel gross, icky, and dirty, and it made me feel like I didn't want to do that anymore. Like I was good in my intuitive abilities, I was good at what I do, but I didn't want to do that kind of work anymore. So really be mindful of like, okay, take out your journal and be like, what type of client do I want to work with? Because you have skills, you have like your medicine, your work needs to get out there. And there's a type of client that you would love to work with. Like the client that's like, yes, I want to solve that problem for them. And for me, that's helping you overcome your fears. That's helping you release mindset blocks around your business. That's helping you clear, like limiting beliefs around what you can and cannot have, and feeling safe and worthy to have that, all around that. That lights me up, right? But yeah, so think of what you don't want and what you do want, and that should start giving you a sign. Think of the qualities and the values you want these clients to have, so that they value, maybe going back to the beginning, that these clients are not valuing your time. They're not valuing the the work that you put. They're not valuing the fact that you are like asking them for a certain amount of money or a certain amount of time, or you're asking them for a commitment in the work that you do. So what do you want these clients to have? You want them to value time off. You want them to value embracing investing. You want them to value payment plans and honoring commitments, also showing up on calls on time. You want them to be coachable. You want them to like be ready to take work. Like, they need help, they're going to come to you with issues, but you want them to be willing, right? And then also asking yourself, do I have these qualities within me? Do I have these qualities that I'm asking for within me? Because at the beginning, I would ask, like, when I started coaching, I wanted clients to be coachable, but I wasn't a coachable client. I was stubborn, and when I would get feedback, I would be like, no, I don't want that. It's my way or the highway. But at the same time, I didn't know how to communicate that at the beginning. So that was a struggle for me. And that, I remember I hired a coach, and it was not her, it was all me. but I did feel like I spent like $6,000 because I was stubborn. I wasn't coachable. I wasn't willing to take feedback and criticism because I was taking it so personally, because building a business is like your baby, right? And so how do you ask yourself, like, am I coachable? Am I a little stubborn? Yeah, but am I ultimately coachable and able to take feedback? Ask yourself that. Also, same thing with like payment plans. Like when you've gone on calls and asked for people, asked other coaches that you really value, like to work with them, and then you're putting up the objection of, yeah, but it's too much, I can't afford it. Like, ask yourself, like, yes, there's definitely a story, like you probably could or can't, you know what to do with your money, but also just noticing that resistance that you have, like how can we start to knock that resistance down? Because if we can't ask to bring in a certain type of client if we ourselves don't have those values, qualities, and attributes within us, you know what I mean? So when I started to work with clients, I needed to ask myself, like, do I respect myself? Do I respect my time? Do I respect the work that I'm doing? Or am I devaluing it? So take a look into that, making sure that for the next couple of days, you are working with your most ideal clients. So that way we can start saying no energetically to the ones we don't like, and yes energetically to the ones that we do like to work with. Yes, yes. Woo, I'm so excited. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you today. I will come again. This is part 1 of a 4-part series. I will come again in a couple of days and share another tidbit as we go through the stations that Mercury will go into. And then, of course, let me know. I will have a webinar coming up all about embracing who you are, showing up magnetically, and just owning what you do in your expertise, feeling confident and comfortable to attract that ideal client that you do want, because there could be a little resistance. There could be a little like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, right? So I'm going to show you all about that, and also how to profit unapologetically by asking your ideal clients for the sale and being confident and comfortable in what it is that you do and the medicine that you bring to the table. So let me know if you're interested in that webinar. I will have that February 15th, and then I'll also send out some emails for you. But yeah, let me know. Send me a DM with any questions that you have also, and I'll catch you next time. Go be amazing. Bye.